Hi, my name is Ray Deng, and I'll be talking about how large firms and mass production will be the means to meeting future global supply demand as population increases. Globalization has integrated the world's economies through free trade and free markets. Globalization has steadily improved the world's standard of living. The population has been exponentially increasing over the past century, and this is due to a wider access to modern medicine. The child mortality rate has been decreasing, while life expectancy has been increasing. Millions have been lifted out of poverty as modernization has allowed the development of new industries, allowing people to find higher paying jobs. With higher incomes, the demand for many goods have substantially increased. To meet future supply demands, we must look to large sized firms who are able to achieve economies of scale. Is economies of scale. An economy of scale is a cost advantage achieved by larger firms when they increase production, lowering the per unit cost of output. Per unit cost or average cost lowers as fixed costs associated with purchasing machines, facilities, factories, technology, and rent is spread out across the aggregate output cost or the cost of all production output. This gives a competitive advantage to firms as they are able to produce the same amount of goods at a lower cost. This means that larger firms are able to efficiently meet the demands and supply demands of the global market and offer them the product at the lowest possible cost. What causes economies of scale? There are two kinds of economies of scale, external and internal. Internal economies of scale are internal sources of economies of scale. These affect individual firms internally. Large firms are able to buy inputs such as natural resources at a lower wholesale or bulk price. Managerial changes such as division of labor, specialization, and hiring of a skilled labor force can all make production much more efficient. Banks view large firms as more creditworthy because they are seen as less risky of default. Therefore, larger firms enjoy preferential bank rates. Large firms also have the capital to conduct their own research and development to develop new technologies and efficient methods of production. External economies of scale are external sources of economies of scale. These affect the whole market. The entire market can expand when governments offer grants or subsidies for the industry. This attracts new entrants to the market. For example, if a large firm adopts new clean technology, the government will offer them a grant, and this will benefit these larger firms because they have the capital to be able to upgrade their facilities. Developed industries tend to cluster in regions. For example, Silicon Valley is the tech hub of the United States. Many tech companies are located there due to that reason. For example, Facebook, YouTube, Google, and Yahoo are all located and headquartered in Silicon Valley. These clusters offer these firms a competitive advantage. For example, in Silicon Valley, it is easy to find a large pool of skilled tech labor workers, and these tech firms can hire directly without looking throughout the country. What are the benefits to economies of scale? Economies of scale benefits all and can help meet future demand efficiently. Due to competition, only the best performing firms will survive in the long run. That means any medium or small sized firms who have poor business practices or high average costs will be unable to perform in the market and compete with larger firms. This means that consumers will be offered the lowest competitive price for products, and scarce resources such as natural resources and labor will be allocated efficiently to produce the most output possible. This is good for the environment. Negative externalities from production, such as pollution, can be reduced as inefficient practices and poorly equipped firms will be unable to compete with these larger firms, and they will be driven out of business. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you.